My name is Waldog. I am the holy vampire. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, 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 doo. Anyways, um, today was a pretty good day. It started off super rainy, cold. Actually, it wasn't that rainy. It was just, you know, like the rain stopped or whatever. And I felt bad because I called up a coworker of mine and a friend, and I called and she was nice and she said she'd give me a ride. But by the time I walked outside, I realized it wasn't that bad. I could have gone to work on my scooter. It was just kind of windy and cold. So I was like, well, I feel kind of bad, but uh, but it was fine. I got to work. Worked 2 shifts, and I think I did all right. I mean, for the first half of the day, we didn't have coffee or caffeine. So I was just like, oh, all right. Got through it all right. And that beeping, by the way, is that smoke alarm that is almost out of battery. And when it's out of battery, finally, I'm gonna celebrate because it's been about 2 or 3 days now. Oh, that's fantastic. Hold on, guys. Speaking of out of battery, hold on. I got my charger right here. Got to charge my light. Hold on, still here. Um, Still here, guys. This is inconvenient. All right, that should just about. And there we go. All right, sorry about that, guys. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the smoke alarm. I hope it stops here soon. But um, I've been kind of pretty preoccupied the last couple days, and I mean I've had the opportunity to call the people for the in charge of the apartment or whatever, but I was also thinking, oh, well, just let it do its thing. But no, the right decision would have been to call them right away. In retrospect, but been working and I'm just making excuses. But no, I have been going through quite a lot of distractions, a lot of spiritual stuff. And I haven't really been home that much, so as you can tell by my high level of vampirism going on right now, that I'm using a lot of it to stay balanced, stay strong. And boy, do I need it. The numbness and the magical stuff, because it helps a lot. Uh, I had an interesting experience. I'll talk about it because it kind of did bother me a little bit. I was buying a toothbrush. I won't say where, but buying a toothbrush and toothpaste, and there's like a crowd of people, which I'm used to. Just whatever, and people taking their time and like analyzing me, and I'm totally used to that. I'm just patient. But there was one gentleman. There's about 9 women, one gentleman, and one gentleman was saying some not so nice things about, oh, he's a vampire, he's you know saying some not so nice things. But I wanted to say thank you to the women because they were really nice to me, and I just wanted to say thank you and be grateful. I'm very, 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 very grateful for women and their ability to analyze men in general, and it's extremely, if you got like a bunch of people in a room and there's like one or two guys saying things that aren't true, and then the women, you know, not all women, obviously, not people are different, but you know, people, one or two guys saying certain stuff that's not true, and the women, are like looking at me and analyzing me, and they're like, oh, he's good. I'm like, thank you. Yes, I am. I am good. I'm fine. But anywho, um, a lot of spirituality, a lot of spiritual stuff. One thing that does I want to talk about that does kind of bother me, but it's just a fact of life. It's reality, right? Like people are allowed to feel however they want to feel, right? People are allowed to be themselves, and it makes me sad when one of my, I wouldn't say, oh, I have, it's kind of difficult saying my friends. Like I don't really have friends. Like I have people who I see as like family to me, but like distant family that and it makes me sad when I see distant family in my eyes. When I see them not being the same as I once cherished them as. But um, I realize that's just life, and given more respect and more kindness that they want to give me, that I see that they give me, and of course that's a good thing, and that they want to express their kindness, they want to be kind at times. I'm not saying everybody, but there are some people who get a good feeling out of that, and just get a good feeling out of being with me, and yeah, I'm grateful for that. But I'm seeing that more and more, and there are some people who um, like me very much, and I'm a little bit saddened because I can't. Well, it's not that I can't, but it's like when I'm, how do I say this? It's kind of difficult for me, to be honest, because I'm like, "Hey, bud, how you doing?" And there's just silence. And I'm not looking, kind of looking at the ground, trying to make it, casual, gentle you know, as I can. And there's just silence, and then a jubilation. I saw that today. The person was silent when I said hello to them, and then I just hear jubilation and happiness and dancing around and celebration. And I'm just like, okay. I just wanted to talk to you and be all casual, but nah. I guess no, I guess you can't do that. I'd like to be able to do that. But I know that it's not about what I want in that regard. It's about what the person wants, and the person, they have their own feelings and stuff like that. And if they don't feel like talking, instead they feel like celebrating and jubilation, and well, then that's good, you know. But yeah, um, it's taken me some getting used to. Like my mentality is just kind of like, oh look, that's interesting, that's good. But also I'm like kind of a defeatist in a sense. I'm like, well, yeah, this is good, and that person seems very happy, and but I'm like, well, I don't know. There's like a nostalgia of just being a regular guy, yeah. But it's just like growing up. For me, that's how I'm trying to pad it, so to speak, to make it less, you know, say, well, it's just like when I was young and I grew up into an adult. It's just like that, except you can't do all the young people things the way that you did when you were younger. You can't. It does make me. It makes me a little upset. I'm still getting used to it, and I realize that life is life. But it is for me still strange, and I'm still getting used to it. Uh, there's a part of me that's really really sensitive. I'll admit, because I spend a lot of time uh, developing and hiding, and there's pain there, but I know that it is mostly self inflicted. Maybe I realize I might still have trauma from that. But it's better to be a so-called superhero in a person's life than a regular guy. I'll say that. Maybe not in all circumstances, not for everything, but I'm gonna say, there's plenty of regular guys, and not enough so-called superhero dudes. So, it is what it is. I know I can see it that I'm greatly impacting people's lives. And by greatly, I mean I'm like a big deal to some people. And I'm grateful to help them. And I do pray to God. I prayed to God by a church on my way home. I had a really good prayer. When I pray from the heart what I feel, and it was a good prayer. I don't remember exactly what I said, and I probably wouldn't share what I pray. I mean, I guess I could. I'm not like too weird about it, but I feel like might as well just basically giving thanks, praying for guidance, stuff like that, stuff of that nature, and that specifically in those words as well. Um, my leg was a problem all day long. My leg hurting. I think partially because of the weather, also because of just a lot of exercise and stuff like that. But with different supernatural abilities, uh, I could make the pain go away and strengthen my leg. But the way that I do things is that I cycle. I cycle through using abilities, alpha abilities, vampire abilities, and just being normal and healing, recovery, and just cycle through usually when I know I've got a physical injury, uh, to be able to sustain myself and also keep a good grip on my mind because I'm still in a leader. Maybe not an absolute. How do I say this? Maybe I'm not the only leader. Clearly, there's many leaders in reference to where I work, but to still have that um, leadership mindset to where I'm aware of what I'm saying and doing to be responsible, um, to allow me to still have a clear mind. I do the cyclical use of my abilities and allow myself to heal, recover, and usually during the healing and recovery part of it, I'm limping because I'm in pain. But it doesn't bother me too much. And I know I've got my abilities and I'm trained myself. With a lot of experience, a lot of training. It does affect me mentally. It does affect me. Just my body. My body's saying, "Hey, I'm hurt." And this is kind of sad. No, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but my body's like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me?" Like if there was my body, my physical, non-thinking body, just if my body was to have a voice, it'd say, "Why are you doing this? Why?" I have to basically just you know remind myself and use the thinking part of my brain and say to myself, I've got supernatural abilities, and I know how to recover and maintain myself. So, but it's not easy. I do have a feeling of guilt that I am not taking care. My body's like have like body guilt. I don't know if it's body shame or I don't know about that, but body guilt, where I'm like feel guilty for that, and it is something that I do take time when I have time to decompress and let go of. It is something that I have to use my decompression time and my meditation time to let go of. But I know how to do that, and I do it regularly. And I think that's a normal thing for people. I would hope. I haven't really talked about that with other people, but people with injuries and disabilities. But I am grateful to have my supernatural abilities, and I'm fine. I'm not in any pain right now. Uh, I'm using a lot of vampire energy right now to hold all the outside supernatural, all the spiritual stuff, holding all of that. Not sure what a good phrase is, but to keep it from weighing me down. And yeah, good. Feel good. Feel numb. Got a bit of a headache. That's fine. It's not a big deal. And yeah, feel good. So I'm going to end the video there, and I appreciate y'all for watching, and grateful and thank you, and hope y'all have a good night. Thanks. Bye.